The modules that I teach in Dharma Path are sort of like a hybrid of two different modules which are normally taught by two different teachers in most teacher trainings. And we thought it would be so much more efficient to have the same teacher teach both the asana and how to teach that asana, rather than have two different perspectives, perhaps conflicting in teaching that. So I do teach the asana, which is primarily an Iyengar-based, pretty precise, pretty intricate, using the techniques that I learned and many did from Ben Thomas about alignment, balance, and space. And then we use what we learn technically to sort of, in a more abstract and personal way, learn how to communicate the best way to present that asana to a new or experienced student in the art of teaching. I've taken a lot of teacher trainings, both here and in the LA area and in Europe. And one of the things that I've found lacking in most teacher trainings is actually teaching experience during the program. Programs talk about how to teach, what you do when you teach, but the student never really gets a chance to get up and practice it in front of their peers, in front of the teacher, and indeed here at Samyama, in front of the public. So we actually focus on the teaching element, what I call the art of teaching. We do present the content of what you could teach as a beginning teacher. We supplement it with the supporting information, anatomy, philosophy, energetic work. But we actually primarily focus on teaching. It's a teacher training program. Goodness, big shock. So I think that that's what makes us really, really different, because not only during the program, the students are teaching on day one. They're not always happy about it, but they're teaching on day one, and once you get the jitters out, it gets easier and easier each day. We are, as far as I know, the only program that actually has a continuing program for our graduates to keep teaching. It's called the Seeds of Bhakti, and the students have a chance, as well as the graduates, to teach in these programs, both for the public and their peers, and get feedback from the mentors. So once you graduate, it's not like you're done and we kick you out into the world to go teach and experience what that's like, but you're continually supported here at Samyama. I always tell the students that anyone can teach triangle. Anyone can teach warrior, Virabhadrasana poses. It's not that difficult to learn what the parts of the pose are and what is done, what is the action of the pose. What makes the experience unique is allowing the teacher to learn to be completely themselves when they present that material. And that's what makes one teacher different from the other. You go from class to class to class, and you're pretty much learning the same poses and studying the same sequences. They're just in different order. But what makes a class or a teacher special, I believe, is how much they can truly communicate their true self when they communicate the poses, when they communicate the sequences, because then it's passionate. Then it means something to them. It's not just a memorized list of stuff that we think we have to teach in a class. It's saying, here's my experience of yoga, and I want to share it with you. And as soon as the student is comfortable being themselves as a teacher, it just flows. It just flows out. It's natural. It has to happen.